Welcome back to another video. This really popped when I saw it. That to me is a monster increase. Again, this book got hot. This book is ready to go higher. So let's jump right into it. We are back today with another statue review from Diamond Select Toys. Without further ado, let's get into the review. What is going on YouTube? This is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics Collectibles, and welcome back to another video. We are here for episode 7 of Cop or Drop. If you guys don't know what that series is, what I do is I take one book that I'd definitely be buying here in this market, and of course on the opposite end, I take one book that I'd definitely be selling or staying away from if you do not own that book. Before we get started into the video, like always guys, I'm going to ask you, if you are not a current subscriber of the channel and have been digging my content, go ahead and click that subscribe button for me. And of course, I want you to tap that like button because it does help the algorithm out. And of course, I want you to turn on notifications because it lets you guys know when I post new videos. One other announcement that I have for you guys, I want to be doing my next Diamond Select Toys review. I have the Phoenix, which it looks to be an awesome diorama. I'm going to be giving away this statue to a member of the channel. So if you guys aren't a member, I want you to go ahead and click that join button. It only costs $4.99 a month and you guys can cancel at any time. But we're here for Cop or Drop, episode 7. So I have two books, like we always say, that I'm going to go through right now. We're going to start with the drop of the week. The drop of the week is none other than Avengers number 8. Of course, this is the first Silver Age appearance of Kang the Conqueror. And with Kang coming to the MCU, everybody has been all over this book for the better part, I would say, of 6 or 7 months when we finally got that announcement that he was going to be in Ant-Man 3. Then all of a sudden we got Jonathan Majors at the end of Loki showing up, and that book just took off. But what I have been noticing now is that on live sales, I haven't seen this book moving. On eBay, I don't really see a lot of copies being sold. I don't see a lot of copies up for sale when I'm out and about at a show or, online anywhere. I don't think that this book has that much room to go left. I may be wrong about that. If Kang shows up in the MCU and all of a sudden he's a major character and people love him and they may do something else with him after the fact, I just don't think that's the case. Obviously, I think everything's going to be leading up to his appearance in Ant-Man number 3. He'll have a role in that and probably a role in another movie after the fact to finally end this multiversal thing that's been going on in the MCU. But because I'm not seeing this book sell that much, I'm not seeing this book sell at the high prices it once was, I'm staying away from it right now, and I'll be dropping it if you guys own it. You may get one more bump when we get a trailer or some kind of news. Other than that, I wouldn't be buying this book. We're going to jump into the numbers like we always do, and I take a 4.0 copy. It is a nice Silver Age key, so I tend to jump into the 4.0 range because that's a spot that I like. I see a lot of books sell in that range. So again, we're going to start at a 4.0. The 2020 average for this book was $378 on 14 sales. The 2021 average was 789 sales, so we got that double, which was nice. That announcement really pushed this book forward when we found out he's going to be a villain in an upcoming movie. The 12-month rolling average was $1,067, still a nice pop, and now the 90-day average is up to $1,101. The last sale, however, guys, is $1,020, May of this year, so we're right in the middle of May right now. The numbers don't say that this book is ready to drop. We have a little bit of a pullback, but everything's pulling back right now. But where is the peak of it? I think we probably peaked. I don't see this book going much higher in the near term unless something magical happens in the films. But if there's anybody out there who owns this book right now, I would definitely be selling it if I could. Don't take less than what you paid for it because I do think you're going to get another pop at some point. But I definitely want to be going out there searching to buy a copy of this book. With that said, that's my drop for the week. Now we're going to go into the Cop, what I'd definitely be buying. So I pulled two books this week for the Cop because they're kind of related. One, is a very, very expensive key, so I had to take another book alongside of that to kind of go into it and talk about that one. So we're going to start with my Cop, and it is none other than Fantastic Four, number 4, the first Silver Age appearance of the Submariner. Now this book has been hot for the better part of probably 6 months. Once we found out that supposedly Namor the Submariner is going to appear in Black Panther 2. Now, we still haven't gotten confirmation of that, even though there's a ton of rumors out there stating that's the case. We're going to go through the numbers in just a little bit, but why do I think this is an important key? If we go back and talk about the early Avengers, all the main characters we saw, Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, all the big characters Marvel has used already for the most part. I don't see many of them coming back and doing another trilogy. I think at some point we'll get everybody back for one more final film years down the line. So I think they starting to need to do these other characters, and Namor probably being one of the bigger characters that are left over that haven't been shown in a film yet. And I think this is going to be the start of a nice maybe underwater sequence of a couple of movies. We may get some Submariner movies in the near future. This book is only getting started from here on out. So let's jump into the numbers. I have a grade of a 2.0. Now, it is a Silver Age book. I told you guys 4.0 is what I start. But to be honest with you, a 2.0 for this book is actually a decent grade because you don't see this book come up that often. You don't see this book in great condition that often. So again, I think a 2.0 for this book is the right price level, and you'll see by how expensive this book is that we're going to hit the spot with this one. So again, 2.0, we're going to start. The 2020 average for this book was $1,025 on 5 sales, believe it or not. Only 5 sales on eBay. The 2021 average was $2,500, so we got almost a triple on this book, which is absolutely phenomenal. The 12-month rolling average was $2,930, and now the 90-day average is $3,382. And believe it or not, that was the last sale as well, because there was only one sale in that 90 days. This book is super hard to come by in any grade, any complete copy right now. I think anybody's going to be fighting over themselves to kind of land this book. I know that's not what we normally do, is buy books at their peak, but be honest with you, this book, I think, is only going to go higher over the next couple of years. So I think you can buy in at any price right now that you feel comfortable with. As I said, the Namor, the Submariner, is going to come, and he's not going to be a one-and-done character. They're going to use this character in multiple movies going forward in the MCU. With that said, I'd be all over this thing if I could find myself a decent copy. I am mad at myself that I didn't pull the trigger on a raw copy I saw maybe about 6 months ago at a local show. Still pissed at myself. I know a lot of people out there who are looking to pick this book up. I do think it's a nice time to add this book. I know it is the peak, but I don't think you may get a dip in this one. This is going to be one of the few books out there right now that you're not going to get that minor pullback to buy and add it to your collection. So you have to take that risk if you're a believer in this character and what's going to happen in the future of the MCU. Either way, this is a long-term book to own, so even if you overpay a little bit and you plan on holding it for the next 15 to 20 years, you're going to be fine, so there's no need to worry. Now, $3,400 is a lot of money to spend on a book, and not everybody has that kind of cash to kind of throw around at a comic book. So I'm going to give you another alternative here that I'd be buying right now in this market, and that is a copy of Submariner #1. This is the first Submariner in his own title after that first Silver Age appearance in Fantastic Four #4. There is a book, the Iron Man and Submariner #1, which actually predates Submariner #1, but to me, I think this is a money book. I think this is a book that will go up more in value than that combo book that came before it. So again, we're going to jump into the numbers. We're going to take a 5.0. Again, a Silver Age book. Why am I taking a 5.0? Just because of the fact that it's the last sale. It's a more recent sale at a 5.0 than a 4.0. And I do think you're able to get a nice higher grade for a better price. So we're going to start with the 2020 average was $229 on 18 sales. The 2021 average was $469. So again, we got that nice double. The 12-month rolling average was $561. And the 90-day average was $595. But guess what, guys? The last sale in May of this year, just this month, was $650. So again, still going higher, still creeping higher as we get more and more news about the Submariner going forward. I'm going to shift the attention back to Kang the Conqueror. Why am I getting rid of this book right now? I want to save this for another video, but what I'm seeing in the market right now dictates that once we get the confirmation that something is happening, that's when the peak is, right? That's when we're not getting any more bumps on these books from now on. So while they're still speculating on this stuff, you can still get it. Now, I'm not speculating on everything. I don't do that. You guys know that. But on bigger books like this, on Silver Age keys, I'm okay speccing with it because I know they're longer term holds, right? I'm not trying to sell this book in 3 months from now because you're only going to get burned. I'm okay with buying the Submariner books right now because I do think the next 3-4 years you're going to see a lot more stuff involving the Submariner. That's my opinion. I have no facts to state that. It just makes sense to me with all the other characters already been used that they add some fresh, bigger characters that they have left still in their arsenal, and the Submariner is one of them. Again, we're talking about Kang. You're going to get a nice little push at some point. I'm using that push to sell this book only from what I'm seeing, like I said, in the market. I don't see a lot of books for sale, and when I do see them come over sale, I don't see people going after and bidding on them at these live claim sales. Now, it could be those people already have their books in their collection. I have no idea. Regardless, I don't see too many people out there jumping for this character. I do love the character, don't get me wrong, and I would love to own this book long term, so you can hold on to it. But right now, if you want to get the most bang for your buck while you can, sell it. You can always add it later on once it comes back. With that said, guys, this is Cop or Drop, episode number 7. Drop me comments down below. Let me know what you think. Did I screw up? Would you rather reverse them? Would you rather buy both, sell both? I'm always interested in to hear what you guys have to say. One last thing, if you haven't checked out my website, mightycollects.com, I posted a whole new bunch of books, smaller keys, big keys for sale. If you're interested, go check out the website and let me know what you think. With that said, I'm Lawrence over at Mighty Comics and Collectibles saying thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.